Such a clean DI read off the down B. Like, you gotta be quick on that.
Yeah. Sky is all fired up, and we'll see if RMD manages to change it up, because we get to commentate a grand final on our mains here, Wacky. That's quite.
Oh,
that's quite.
no. Vicariously fighting for us.
Yes. It's like Pokemon Go. I choose you, RMD.
And the other thing as well is we've actually got, like, this is one of those times where we get the furthest possible matchup in OS, as we have a WA versus NZ, so...
Oh yeah, no
King
less.
has never
indeed.
been higher.
Well, let's see how it plays out, because you've offered quite a lot of sentiments about this matchup when we've played.
Hey, it's been a lot better. I think the side B cancelling nerfs that Olympia got, or whatever they were,
Yeah.
I think those did actually quite a lot to remove Olympia's control of the stage.
Well, then that sounds like it might play against our well-known RMD lover of side special.
It depends on if Sky is able to call out things like those side B dashes with proper disjoint, like back air and things like that.
I definitely think that RMD is already doing the right thing and choosing to use the crystal to launch themselves really quickly at Sky, but we'll have to see how that affects it. I like the fact that RMD is just playing it really calmly, and we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, it's very easy to make just a Rasta player just totally impatient, and that's usually where you get an advantage. As you can see, like, these aerials immediately getting punished in their end flag. Like, quick hops from RMD.
And those big buttons as well. Like the fair, having that huge hitbox is always a... Ooh!
RMD with good DI is going to find his way out of that tornado.
That felt really dangerous there, and the response parry will take stock one, so RMD feeling comfortable already in the first stock advantage.
Yeah.
But Sky is no stranger at closing it.
What I am worried about now is if we're going to see Sky start throwing out some of these random attempts at finisher moves without any kind of proper setup, without any kind of like proper poking. Like, nice dare, but that down smash not gonna be anywhere close, and RMD playing very patient with the crystal. Couple of random parries going a bit wide there. Sky's still on the chase though.
See, those moments there are the ones that I feel that Sky really wants to capitalize on.
And you see, trying to hit this up B, but not going to find the hitbox, not quite reading RMD's drift directly.
And the
200%, the 200% fair, you're gonna find the purple. But it's so dangerous for Rasta. Olympia has such great kill options versus a bird at like even 60-70%.
Many times it feels like when Rasta does start playing off stage a bit predictably and wanting to hang out there, if you read it correctly, it only takes a couple of hits or a single fair in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, RMD, like, really great combo reversal. As soon as he's out of that hit stun, he's looking for these wide fairs that beat out Sky's options. Sky actually, pulling back on the NATO. So
response parries as well. They're very interesting.
Yep, and RMD really consistently parrying these slipstreams. I think what we're going to see here is Sky starting to lose a bit of that confident play.
It's interesting because I always find there is a little mini game that has to play with the projectiles of Slipstream and Crystal, and usually it's for Olympia. You have to kind of wait for the Slipstream to go out to then game 1 to RMD to make the Crystal that ever more effective, because it usually, if they clash, the Slipstream will go straight through as it has a higher priority. So I always kind of wait it out when I play against Arasta. And it seems that RMD doesn't mind. It actually prefers to wait for the parry and get the Slipstream off and on cooldown. So see what happens on Frozen.
Forest floor.
Forest floor. Frozen floor.
Ooh,
Interesting.
really hot rendered neon desktop.
I thought it was the Hodan skin that Master Litfam likes to play. I didn't realize that's what needed to be on Rendered's desktop background.
He secretly loves it. You can tell.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
this
almost.
is gonna be one of those problems. You saw Sky liking to go high and stall out versus Wyvern, but that does not work nearly as well versus Olympia, where you can just get caught by these uglies.
And it seems like RMD is slowly honing in on the most optimal place to wait for the recovery of Arasta to then just punish it.
RMD very happy to wait for Sky to end up in an uncomfortable position over here, and using these little platforms to great effect because they just provide that little bit of a bunker cover for him to sit in, and Rasta's approach options are reduced.
I
And
must
this
say,
is the thing I was saying in chat is that, like the last time these two played, this matchup for Rasta ends up being kind of like the Edalus matchup in that you can't challenge Olympia in the air in the same way you can other characters. Like, you can kind of, but it's really risky, and you kind of have to play through a proper grounded game to find an advantage.
You certainly have to dominate the grounded game, and it's a bit what it's exactly what Rendered was saying earlier on in the comms, that Ollie does thrive on getting some exchanges, some trades, and then coming out on top. And especially if the percentages stay even, Rastas will die off at lower percent. Olympia is surprisingly heavy. Ooh!
A spike attempt going wide, unfortunately, is not quite respecting this guy's air dodge.
No, indeed. But it seems like RMD is feeling good about the situation.
It's not a horrible percent to be at, especially when, you can put this Rasta in a bad position and kill them so fast.
Yeah. And I'm loving, I was talking about it with RMD a little while back, it's just the power of really fast back airs on Olympia to push anyone back out to continue to deplete their resources off stage. And RMD's used it a couple of times, I've seen.
That's a really nice spacing on the side B as well, getting the parry bait out of the Rasta. I don't know how intentional that was, but it certainly looked good. And I do want to say, how many times are we now going to see Sky hanging out off stage and just losing Slipstream to a parry?
It's hard to say. At this point, it would almost be better to put Slipstream a little bit higher up and play on the platforms more, it feels.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Olympia is one of those characters who you can sort of play at that 45-degree angle above, and that's a pretty good approach angle. So I would say, playing on the platforms and forcing RMD to approach is going to be the way to go here. Though Sky's not too bad with this, that's going to put them in such a risky position.
I always find that personally, unless there's it's an Olympia who's actually just firing off up specials just to hit you, coming down
Sky
with
going to try and drift air dodge back into the Olympia and get punished for it, getting really antsy for a potential turnaround there.
You gotta feel for Sky coming off of such a hot streak of wins down in losers. Gotta feel a little bit anxious now that you're basically on your last game, and if you don't win this one, your run is over. Unfortunately, in grand finals, as Brandon say, you win some, you lose some. So we'll see if Sky can actually collect themselves in this next game.
Sky's road back is 3 straight games here, and then another best of 5 in the whatchamacallit. My brain's not working.
The reset.
Yeah. It began with an R.
Yeah. That's good enough.
And in fact, one thing I'm seeing Sky now doing is trying to hover off stage entirely to space out from RMD,
But that is where Olympia actually wants. If the Rasta is there predictably, Olympia is at advantage, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. Like, giving up this much stage control is just not good. It's a bad habit that can sort of creep through. Good job to wait out on the slipstream for the crystal to be coming out. I think we need to be seeing more of
Really
that.
nice reversed up special. Ooh, that could have been a really nice hit.
The down B wasn't attempt.
Yeah.
Surprised RMD doesn't get the parry on that one. Looked like he was waiting for it, but still taken by surprise.
Yeah, so you can't get all of them. Nice read there on the roll, and Sky's in a world of pain here. I think RMD is just gonna coast for the next 2 stocks. Take it easy. Oh,
well, you
another
say
one,
that,
another
but no,
focus.
he is pushing this. He wants this kill, and he wants it now. And there's definitely a chance. That's gonna put
it's
Guy in such a bad position.
we do have
Very
an up
clutch
special.
parry is exactly what Sky needed at this point in time. 2 stocks to make up. And see what they can do with it. Waiting out RMD, gonna get a nice little down tilt chain, but look at this. That technicality is actually just kind of gone. The down tilt did not find a successful follow-up, and RMD's reversing it. That's gonna be another parry.
The
on
parries have
Sky's
really been
recovery
on
attempt.
point. There we
Another
go.
slipstream forward, another parry, and Sky is out of options. Pushed off stage, no slipstream. Forced to throw it backwards just to have it not in the first place.
Good string there, but just not enough to close the stock. And at this point, we're running out of percents available.
And look at our mind games RMD's playing.
That could have been another good parry.
And this is it, this is it, this is it. I could just see it coming. That's it.
Yeah.
So dead. As soon as Sky was low, RMD in total control of the stage, and that is the difference maker in that set, I'd say.
I am very impressed by both players, but RMD's cool and sort of
Okay,
spacing is
buddy.
what?
I think Sky's cool as well.
I said the keeping their cool, keeping the spacing in the game and pacing it out, and controlling the pace of the game. They're both cool, I will concede that for sure, in their own ways, but keeping the cool in the sense of not letting the other player get to you. Not that Sky had a really a chance, because RMD didn't give it to Sky. But yeah, that will win this 6th qualifier, so we have our first Olympia in there.
Yeah,
This is
going up
exciting.
against the silly monkey of Jevil.
And
Oh yes.
with that, RMD will be our 6th entrant into the Invitational in a month or in a few months. Congratulations to RMD, winning with such a dominant fashion in Grand Finals, beating Sky twice actually, 6-0ing them over the course of this tournament. Very well done by them. I am looking forward to seeing the Olympia as it goes through. Thank you to Wakizashi and Darkbot for dealing with my chaos and lack of organization today. Someone hit me up for StarCraft and it was all downhill from there.